Mads Lewis just broke down her side of the story on Call Her Daddy podcast. Here's everything we know. I'm Gabby Conti, and this is your 24/7 celebrity news. As you probably know by now, Jaden Hossler and Nessa Barrett are confirmed to be dating, but this comes after Mads and Jaden recently split, and Mads had hinted in a TikTok set to Taylor Swift's Better Than Revenge that the reason for her breakup with Jaden was because of Nessa. Jaden recently went live on Instagram explaining that his relationship with Mads did not pan out because he wasn't a good boyfriend. They tried to make it work, and it ultimately did not work out. Then Nessa and Josh split around at the time that Josh defended his recent ex, Nessa, on his BFF's podcast with Dave Portnoy, claiming that there was, quote, a 0% chance that Nessa and Jaden hooked up despite Mads' accusations. As we report this, we don't have any confirmation that there was cheating involved, but in this podcast and from the preview that we do have now, it does seem like Mads is hinting there for sure was some cheating involved, or at least emotional cheating to some extent. Now, Jaden and Nessa are officially dating, but before that news broke, Mads went on Call Her Daddy podcast to explain her side of the story and her history with Nessa Barrett. As we report this, there is only a preview of the podcast, but still a lot of tea was spilled in this short trailer. In the preview video, Mads is wearing a hat under a hoodie as the host Alexandra Cooper asked if she's okay. And Mads wipes a tear away saying, quote, yeah, I'm fine, I don't know. Alexandra then asks if there's more drama, and Mads says, quote, yeah, I found out this morning that Jaden likes Nessa. Keep in mind, this is from before Nessa and Jaden went official. I also don't know exactly when Mads and Alexandra sat down on the podcast. I do remember this clip coming out last week, so I think this was last week, so it was kind of as all the stuff was going down. So Mads explained how she knew that Nessa and Jaden were a thing before they admitted it, as she broke down, quote, but before he gave me his phone, he deleted a message on his phone because I saw it, and then I got this gut feeling, so I went into his iPad, and there are actually voice recordings from him, and he says, delete those, don't save those. And then at the very end, he told me I like Nessa, and I literally have screenshots, end quote. Jaden told this to Mads the morning she went on the Call Her Daddy podcast. It does seem like this was around the same time that also Josh was on his own podcast, BFF, so that was last Wednesday as we report this. And at the time, that's when Josh had said that him and Nessa were over. So I guess when Josh had announced that him and Nessa were over, Jaden had admitted to Mads that he liked Nessa. So Mads also explained that she was there when Nessa and Chase Little Huddy Hudson hooked up while Nessa was still dating Josh the first time around, so this was now almost a year ago. As Mads said, quote, I knew she got with Chase. I was lying in the same bed as Chase and Nessa. I look over and at Chase, and Chase goes, shh. And then she's like, your relationship with Jaden is going nowhere. My relationship with Josh is going somewhere. You better take the blame. Do it now. Then she seemed to say that she caught Nessa and Jaden together before they were official, saying, quote, I know my ex-boyfriend's car. She was in his car at 7 a.m. Hopefully this time you'll have another moment. Hopefully you guys can pursue what you already started. So again, during this interview, and this is just the trailer, Mads is not saying point blank that they cheated on their significant others, but it does seem like that's what she's implying. We'll have more when this full interview comes out, but we want to hear from you. What do you think about what Mads is saying on the situation? Let us know your thoughts. I'm Gabby Conti, and follow us at Hollywire for your 24/7 celebrity news.